Today, for our love reading, we have two individuals in the collective, one symbolized by the stag, and the other one symbolized by the swan. The swan is a very transformative energy. Remember the ugly duckling that turns into the swan. So this person in the collective is going through a transformation. This is a person who encompasses beauty and grace. They are territorial over those that they love and they care for. And they are very committed to their relationships unless they feel as if it's not working anymore. And once they put in all of their effort, if it's not providing some type of reward, they will pick up and they will leave without even saying a word. And then we have the other individual to this reading who's symbolized by the ivy and also the stag. And yet again, we have a lot of ones in this reading here. So we have the stag here, and this is symbolic of somebody who has integrity, who has strength, who has strong ideals and aspirations. They have strong ethics. They are protective, and they are all about opportunity. And a relationship with this person is all about change, big changes. And they are very persistent in order to be triumphant. So you apply this to a relationship. This is somebody who will not let go easily. They're not as quick to flutter off as the swan. And they are also associated with Ivy the Survivor. Ivy the Survivor. Ivy the Survivor is a plant that is very tenacious. Nothing can stop them. When they make a commitment, they are extremely loyal to a cause. And they will martyr themselves. That's why this person looks tattered. And they will martyr themselves for other people. They will push forward until they can't push anymore. And as a result, sometimes they get over-attached to people. And the idea of a breakup is very disappointing for them. They can survive any storm and they should never be underestimated. But this card also suggests that this person has to ask for help instead of being stubborn and doing everything on their own. So we have somebody who will commit regardless, tenacious, triumphant. They move forward no matter what the circumstances. And then we have somebody who is beautiful and graceful, and when they think that it's time for change, they will jump away and make that change. So this person is prone to leaving when it's time, and this person will stay regardless of the difficulty. So after 3 minutes, I strongly suggest you press the YouTube or TikTok link in the comments. Now to continue with our reading. This Ivy card, this person represented by Ivy the Survivor, one of the suggestions for someone with this personality type is to reach out for help when necessary. And we have, I apologize, where did I go? There we go. We have the Hierophant card in this reading. And it's interesting how in this reading we have the two dragons paying close attention to this guide, this individual offering direction and guidance and spiritual knowledge. And this is a love reading. So in order to make this work, not only shall Ivy the Survivor consult for assistance, but the person associated with the swan must also be interested in consulting a third party. And this could be a reliable mentor, a reliable, objective individual who is clear on the aspects of relationships and the psychological issues that we encounter when dealing with partners, life problems, and external pressures. It could be a spiritual guide, but it could just be an authority such as a counselor or somebody who's reliable to help us have perspective on our relationship. Now, why would we even need to do that? Well, something's happened here, a very explosive event. And usually tarot card readers online like to shed a light and bright aspect on this card. But the reality is that the Tower is suggesting that this relationship and its foundations have had a major and massive breakdown. And this is the point in the relationship where you choose to work together with guidance and rebuild something stronger and evolve and transform in the same manner that the swan does. evolve in the same way that the stag is willing to take on a new life-changing adventure, or you choose another option. So the moon card is followed by the tower, which suggests to myself and the collective, at least those who this reading resonates with, that this catastrophic relationship event has occurred and led the couple into a period of emotional uncertainty, trying to understand the depths of one another, yet trying to understand what motivates each partner to make the choices that they have made. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And usually we see this as a very sad card, because it usually depicts in the Rider-Waite series a man walking away from 8 full cups that man has invested all of their energy, love, and emotions into. And this can be good and it can be bad. A lot of the times people, when they get this card, they are leaving a situation to pursue something that would be much more fulfilling. And the cards suggest with the stag that the stag understands better times and the swan knows when it's time to go. So what does that say for the couple? Well, this is followed by the Judgment card. And Judgment, quite often in relationship readings, can suggest, alongside other cards, the opportunity to move and reflect on what it was that occurred in the relationship to cause sadness, upheaval, mystery, confusion. I don't feel a third party situation here, but there definitely was some secrets. There was something hidden from either one or two of the members, possibly motives. And when that was discovered, there was a tower moment. One of the partners wasn't telling the truth about something that was going on in their life, and as a result, a tower moment occurred. So when it comes to the cards here, we see someone who's willing to make great sacrifices for their partner, and with those sacrifices comes some resentment, and that resentment may have exploded. I remember my mother always saying that she would give and give and give and give until finally she exploded. And some people are like that, male and female alike. I spoke to a man yesterday and he told me that he was a people pleaser. And finally, when he stopped being a people pleaser, his life became much more serene. So there is something hidden within this relationship. And although both parties had good intentions, somebody wasn't communicating effectively. And to help shed light on this reading, we have the Rui Elder card associated with this letter in the Celtic or Druid Ogham alphabet system, associated with the number R. So R might be important to your reading. Regardless, this tree or shrub is associated with maturity, ending, transitions, and renewal. And with this tree comes a saying, in the end is the beginning, and in the beginning is the end. If you ever heard that Smashing Pumpkins song, the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end, this is about renewal, letting go of that which no longer serves, cleaning up after a difficult situation, renewal, transformation, which we see with the beautiful swan, release, regeneration, endings, beginnings, ancestors, elders, sages, and transmutation. This is a card about planting seeds of hope and for new potential, to care for and foster new beginnings. This is about communicating with those who we care about, communicating with the divine, reflecting as we would see in the moon, trying to search within ourselves to find answers. This is about accomplishing something. This is about personal withdrawal and retrospection and release. This is about being transformed from an experience, having to regenerate after a difficult time, having to let go of what no longer serves. So in this reading, I do see an ending between this couple, unless they are willing to seriously reflect on both of their roles in this situation. There is no time for a victim.